It's 1:17 in the morning. A teenage girl, her face pale in the phone's glow, is live on TikTok. Her hands are shaking, her voice a desperate whisper. If anything happens to us, just know it didn't start tonight. It started with a secret our parents prayed we'd never find. Suddenly, the screen glitches. A loud bang echoes from just off camera. The chat explodes with questions. What's going on? But before anyone can get an answer, the stream cuts out. Black screen. Meet Zara. She's 17, and her brother Micah, 15. They live in a small apartment in Accra, right above their mom's hair braiding shop. Life is simple, but it wasn't always this way. Their father, who used to be a big-shot corporate accountant, is now a ghost in their home. He barely speaks, spending his nights lost in old, encrypted emails on his laptop, a shadow of the man he once was. The online gossip says the family used to have money, that they lost everything mysteriously. But the truth is so much worse. It wasn't a mystery. It was a mistake. One terrible choice, one hidden sin, and a cover-up that was destined to fail. Now, years later, Zara and Micah are about to walk straight into the fallout. For a school project on digital ethics, Zara is playing with an AI data scraping tool. She decides to test it on some corrupted files she found on her father's old hard drive. It's just for fun, just a project. The software whirs to life, reconstructing deleted lines of code, piecing together fragments of lost information. And then it appears, a company logo, a name, NovaCorp. Zara's heart hammers against her ribs. NovaCorp, the notorious firm at the center of a massive government corruption scandal that had been all over the news. And her father, he worked there right before their entire world collapsed. Just as she's processing this, Micah walks in. His eyes go wide as he sees the screen. He sees their father's name, clear as day, signed at the bottom of a falsified expense report. Their dad, he was involved. Before either of them can even take a breath, a notification flashes on the laptop screen. User location flagged unauthorized file access. They've been caught. That night, their father finds out. He sees the open files on Zara's laptop, and he just flips. He slams the computer shut, his eyes wide with a terror she's never seen before. "You don't understand," he yells. "I was trying to protect you." Zara, furious and hurt, fires back. From what? The truth? Or the consequences of your actions? Their mother, always the family's calm center, crumbles. She breaks down sobbing, a deep, rattling cry that seems to carry years of buried guilt and fear. In that moment, the siblings understand. The trauma that has haunted their family, the unspoken tension, the poverty, it wasn't random. It was inherited. Their father sinks into a chair, his voice barely a whisper. One sin, one mistake. It doesn't just stay with you, it spreads. It infects everything. Furious, Zara storms out of the apartment, needing air. Micah follows close behind, worried. But they're not alone. Down the street, a black sedan with heavily tinted windows creeps along the curb, its engine a low hum. Above them, a drone hovers, far too low to be a coincidence. Zara's phone buzzes relentlessly. Notifications flood her screen. An unknown account has reposted her frantic live stream from the other night. It has 25,000 views and it's climbing fast. The hashtag #CorruptionKids is trending. In an instant, they're not just two scared teenagers anymore. They are evidence. They are a threat. They run. There's only one person they can think to trust. Their Uncle Ely. He's a cybersecurity engineer, their father's older brother. They spill the whole story in his apartment, the words tumbling out in a panicked rush. Eli listens, Tadalian, a mask of stone. When they finish, he takes a deep, shaky breath and confesses the final, devastating piece of the puzzle. Your father. He did submit that false report, he says, not looking at them. But he did it to cover for me. I was the one who messed up. I panicked. He stepped in to protect me, and it destroyed his life. The ground feels like it's dissolving beneath Zara's feet. All this time, the shame, the poverty, the silent arguments, the emotional distance from their father. The anxiety that had become a permanent part of her, it all started with someone else's mistake. Their father had sacrificed himself to save his brother, and the ripple effect had drowned their entire family. It was a modern-day tragedy, a generational curse passed down not through blood, but through a single act of misguided love. Before they can even begin to process this new reality, the black sedan pulls up outside Eli's building. Two men in sharp suits with corporate security jackets get out. They're calm, professional, and terrifying. "We need the files your daughter accessed," one of them says, his voice flat, but something has shifted. Eli, trembling but resolute, steps in front of the kids. And Micah, his hands shaking, pulls out his phone and hits "Go Live." If they're going down, the whole world is going to watch it happen. Zara faces the men, her voice surprisingly steady. "You can't silence the truth," she says, the words feeling powerful on her tongue. "You can only delay its impact." The men hesitate. On Micah's live stream, the comment count is exploding. People are watching. They're recognizing the NovaCorp logo on the security uniforms. The scandal, once a news story, is now reigniting in real time right on their screens. The weight of thousands of eyes is a physical force. The men look at each other, their authority evaporating under the glare of public exposure. They retreat, getting back in their car and speeding away. Their threat was real, but the truth was more powerful. Later, back in their small apartment, there's a different kind of confrontation. Their father gets on his knees in front of them, literally kneels. Tears stream down his face. "I thought hiding my sin, hiding my shame, would protect this family," he chokes out. But secrets don't protect. They chain the next generation. "I'm done running." "You deserve a clean legacy." Zara reaches out and takes his hand. Micah, his own eyes wet, puts a hand on his dad's shoulder. The family, broken for so long, finally begins to piece itself back together. United by a truth they can now face together, they agree to testify. To face the consequences not perfectly, but honestly. Days later, as they walk into the courthouse as a family, Zara's voice narrates their journey. "Our parents' mistake wounded us, but it didn't define us. We learned that God doesn't let trauma be the end of the story. He finds ways to turn our wounds into weapons and our pain into purpose." The family walks shoulder to shoulder, ready for what's next. Scene always ripples, but so does redemption. And as they step through the doors, a new chapter, a clean legacy, begins. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content that explores the power of truth and redemption. See you next time.